Welcome back to a fandom arson of yet another embarrassment to the power of human storytelling. This being one that we unfortunately let loose upon the universe. Do yourself a favor, Internet, and change the channel. In case you fucknuggets are still here, here's a recap of what's going on. After being forced onto a reboot project by the Jew producers of Drawn Together, we looked in utter horror as Johnny Bravo receives a dorky hairdo. The first of many unnecessary changes we were forced to roll with by Simone and Nia being clueless, and Sonic and Eggman being asswipes. And it blows. Obviously having a team of experts you can spitball off of would have worked out in the end, right? Especially with the ones we've got fitting all three of the roles quite spectacularly, save one. The Blue Falcon's role as the cartoon culture advisor was something he nailed right from the get-go. Having just recently outlived his voice actor Gary Owens, he is a very experienced cartoon character among Warner Brothers' underutilized Hanna-Barbera character library. Please note that this is a man who has watched the animation industry grow, change, and condense over the course of around 50 years. Even the shittiest one! Raise your hand if you were introduced to the guy by Dexter's Lab. And a special round of kudos goes to Drawn Together's other co-host and co-producer Rob Liefeld, because between the sweatbox phases of each episode, where we cobbled together another issue of Youngblood, and the myriad ass pulls the show breaks out in order to prevent us from picking Mario and Bowser for our team instead of leaving us with the corporate scraps, he actually does something right from time to time, as evidenced by the perfect fit made by picking Don Knotts as our sitcom expert. This acting legend first earned his stripes on the Andy Griffith Show as Barney Fife, earning himself a second wind about 2 decades later as Ralph Burley on Three's Company. His remarkable performance as both these characters are among one of the best reasons why these sitcoms stood the test of time and are promptly enjoyed by their respective generations. Should the critically acclaimed Criterion Collection seek to add TV shows to its roster of media, I highly recommend these sitcoms to be the first ones in the box, because this man's genius needs to be shared by the world. You know, as an effort to countermeasure these 90-minute packages of penis envy explosions the modern entertainment industry's been shitting out like mad as of late. Yes, Don Knotts has done it all, from his humble beginnings to his death in 2006 from lung cancer. His final iconic television role being a camp counselor at Camp Crystal Lake in a Robot Chicken comedy sketch. And believe me, after claiming Mayor Turkey Lurkey as his final silver screen role in Chicken Little, Eisner's final gift to Disney before setting it up for a transformation into a cash over creativity shit franchise factory, as the boss put it, it's a pretty good thing he died when he did, because had he lived long enough to remember it, he would have been the one who needed counseling. The weak link in the chain, however, is Weird Al Yankovic as the Fashionista. This one-of-a-kind comedian is much better known for his polka and parody albums, i.e. he's good at music, not fashion. He's even made a music video about how off-the-wall tacky the modern world is becoming by singing about and showcasing the ridiculous get-ups you'd see from a cheesy 80s show like Step by Step, Saved by the Bell, and early episodes of Doctor Who. And the episode is focusing quite a lot more on him than the rest of the guest stars. And the boss has obviously told me why that's never a good sign. The point we're trying to get across here is that Weird Al has never been good at fashion and shouldn't be allowed to step foot on a one-ray or even touch a sewing machine with a 41.5 foot pole, as you'll see in the wardrobe department, when our team goes on to ruin the rest of Johnny's appearance. And trust me, his basic black shirt and jeans combo,
it works for me.
Here, put these on. They're square pants.
Nia made such suggestion right after binge-watching Nickelodeon. Gatchwas was the only Nicktoon on at the time. Yeah, anyway, survey said? Yeah, believe it or not, this one was a tie. A tie that could only be solved by playing a video game. Boss ultimately forfeit because Call of Duty was the game in question.
It's funny because you think I'm joking.
Blue Falcon recommends a superhero costume.
JBX. What's that stand for? Oh, you can tell me later.
This isn't funny!
No Bieber joke this week. You already beat that horse to death.
Now you've got the look that appeals to the 6 to 11-year-old demographic.
Oh, the glasses? Simone slapped them on his face. And there was literally nothing we could do about it. Are you sensing a pattern here? Because I am.
There's just one last thing every TV star needs.
Abs of steel?
A catchphrase.
Wipe my pants.
Sanic. Hell, he even said it in the tone that he wanted. And if you don't believe me, don't worry. We've got audio! Wait, you're taking his clothes? So what? Come on, man. His mother bought him that limited wardrobe. The least he could do is respect it. Eat my pants, dickhole. You're a dickhole!
Johnny B? Good.
Eggman.
Word to my mama.
Please stop trying to act like a gangsta, Nia. You're not good at it!
I love pudding. Oh, that one's not a catchphrase. I was just hungry.
Butter, Keenan, and Kel fans aside, at least the line Johnny said is at least somewhat creative.
Who loves orange soda?
What isn't creative, however, is what the AI came up with. Yeah, Simone made this AI using Eggman's AI Maker, and he crammed 42 different sitcoms into there. You know, such as Family Matters, Full House, How I Met Your Mother, all the way to curveballs like Small Wonder, Cavemen, and Homeboys from Outer Space.
Why?
And what did the AI come up with this time?
What you talking? Cut it out, excuse my dynamite.
A real big fucking mess, survey said. And this is where Sonic and Eggman start fucking with us. And if we told you once, we told you a billion times.
We won't be intimidated by criminal threats.
Upon returning to the diner, Johnny is treated the same way you'd expect a womanizing asshat like him would be treated. Poorly. And how do our frunny little skanks worm their way out of this one?
Park! A skate park! Ah! What's going on?
Isn't this extreme? Yes, quite extreme.
Extreme to the max.
A complete change in scenery. Let's go on. Johnny tries attracting the same lady from the diner using street slang in an effort to look cool, but a good chunk of the supporting cast drops in, having conveniently converged at the exact same skate park where Johnny was sent by our team. I'll take ludicrously contrived writing for 800, Mr. Trebek.
Okay, I think it's clear what the problem is. Johnny, what your show needs is new supporting characters. The ones you've got now had guts to go.
Immediately we all said no, which proved to be the first vote from our team to be unanimous. We were all rightfully shocked that the experts we rightfully won at headquarters wanted Johnny to abscond his supporting cast that have proven time and again, even in the Vampartible seasons, which focus squarely on Johnny's, for lack of a better word, love quest, that they were greater and more amusing characters than Johnny himself, who was never allowed to evolve or change over the course of the series. In other words, we said no to axing the cast because the show was in essence a primordial Phineas and Ferb, complete with a built-in guest star magnet. Just take a look at Weird Al and they sound like they're having a blast. We all agreed to just age Susie up to 14 and touch absolutely no one else. But then a new problem arose, one which we brought up just a few minutes prior. Remember that sitcom AI Simone made to cook up the catchphrase that he would continue to parrot throughout the rest of the fucking season of Drawn Together? Well, Eggman decided that he'd pull a church and give that program a body.
Hey, hey, hey. My name is Wacky Nabotron 5000. Care for some chabu chabu?
And now the second unanimous vote. Survey said... My god! Not only did Boss resist, because of course he would, but Neo resisted too. And in my stead, because Chabu Chabu! Thank the Allspark for you, Miss Teplin. You are much more worthy than I. We're not worthy. We're not worthy. And wouldn't you know it, the robot's even more likable than Johnny.
What do these buttons do? Hey, Gage! Hey, Gage!
Overheat, overheat,
And as we watch Simone fix the robot with spiral power, or some shit like that, we realize that we should have been working on the Steven Universe anime. I mean, just look at these gorgeous screenshots. These guys really put their A game into this demo reel alone. If anything, it's a hell of a lot more professional than the infantile problems we've been forced to struggle with as a production horror story like this unfolded right the fuck before our eyes. And if Mario and Bowser are able to turn out a product on a team, it just proves to the corporate entities that collaboration and effort is possible in modern storytelling. Desperate times demand desperate measures as we were forced to apply the unnecessary changes, and at this point we really didn't care anymore and just wanted to get the job over with and try to pass the blame on the Sonic and Eggman, and so at least we get something accomplished by getting them eliminated.
We must destroy these bright colors. Women don't want sunny and happy. They want dark and mysterious.
But mostly dark! Yay, no colors!
Watch this action.
Holy tone change, Batman.
I'm blue. I'm a blue falcon.
Add a touch of whimsy and the cherry on top.
It's a laugh track.
A what?
The sound of an audience laughing. When you say something funny, or even not funny.
This episode just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Now that we've got the face of animated outsourcing out of the way, let's move on to the laugh track. It is more than painfully obvious that the mysterious Mr. Enter has obviously pointed out the lunacy of animated shows having these things. In my opinion, the only plausible way that live studios audiences should be brought in for these animated shows would be if they were a test audience who were paid to sit through this junk. In fact, that should be an attraction for Disney's Hollywood studio. Shit. And how do we fare with our critics?
I'm confused and disoriented.
You know, somehow, I told you so just doesn't quite say it.
And so our story ends with our team chucking us under a bus in 9th place before Old Man Karma shows up to slam Sonic and Eggman into 8th place. We hope you've enjoyed No Moral Theater, ladies and gentlemen. To be perfectly honest with you, despite being on the same page as the guy, Johnny Bravo as a character is what pretty much killed his own show to begin with. You could see it in the way he tried to woo Nia. She gently turned him down by telling him that she's Simone's fiancé, but as Johnny bugged her over and over, being the Quagmire prototype Seth MacFarlane's presence alone heightened to hell and back. Her usual calm demeanor strained more and more until finally breaking out into a full-on rant on the chopping block that you have to see to believe. I even have a transcript if you like to read it. That's right. Seth MacFarlane lent a hand in producing this schlong. Storyboard artist. This is further proof that everything he touches turns to shit. What? Haven't seen a schlock-eating box of evil before? Evil! God.
I'm at Comic-Con!
Flash.
Ladies and gentlemen of the mob, thanks for riding loose with our fandom, Arson. I know you expected the boss of me to cover an episode of Teen Titans Go, but just hang on and we'll try to get it out sometime in Cycle 8. Make sure to rate, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you're a conformist. Support us on Patreon if you like what we do. And as always, good fight, good night, and stay frosty.